4:55 a.m., Boynton Beach, Florida. The alarm goes off. Most 18-year-olds hit snooze, roll over, go back to sleep. Not Anna Leigh Waters. She's already awake, already tying her shoes, already heading to the car. By 5:15, she's on the court, paddle in hand. While her friends dream about weekend plans, Anna Leigh is drilling forehands in the dark. Miss this routine and you'll never understand why she has 165 gold medals. You'll never understand why she's unbeatable. This is the training nobody sees, the sacrifice nobody talks about, the reason champions aren't born, they're built. One 5 a.m. session at a time. 5 a.m. Let's start there. Because most people hear that number and think it's exaggeration. It's not. Anna Leigh Waters has been waking up at 5 a.m. since she was 11 years old. 7 years. Over 2,500 mornings. While other kids hit snooze, she hits the court. And here's the thing, it's not just about waking up early. Anyone can set an alarm. The question is, what do you do when that alarm goes off and every part of your body wants to stay in bed? When it's dark outside, when your friends are sleeping, when nobody's watching. That's when champions are made. In those moments when quitting would be so easy and nobody would even know. Anna Leigh's morning starts the same way every single day. Alarm at 4:55. No snooze button. She learned early that if you negotiate with yourself in the morning, you've already lost. 5 minutes in bed becomes 10. 10 becomes 15. And suddenly, you're not the person you said you'd be. So she doesn't negotiate. Feet hit the floor. Lights on. Get dressed. Drink water. Grab the gear. By 5:10, her mom, Leigh, is waiting in the car. By 5:15, they're pulling into Delray Beach Tennis Center. The sun hasn't risen yet. The parking lot is empty. Just them. Just the court. Just the work. And this is where it gets interesting. Because Anna Leigh doesn't have a professional pickleball coach. Never has. When she started at age 10, there weren't any. Pickleball in 2017 was still a recreational sport. No youth programs, no training academies, no infrastructure for a kid who wanted to go pro. So, Leigh Waters, her mom, a former NCAA tennis player, became the coach, not by choice, by necessity. And here's what most people don't realize. That limitation became their greatest advantage. Think about it. Most athletes train with coaches who have a system, a method, this is how we've always done it approach. Anna Leigh and Leigh, they had nothing, no playbook, no established drills. So they experimented, they innovated, they took what worked from tennis, added what they learned from watching pro pickleball matches, and created something entirely new. And those 5 a.m. sessions, that's where the innovation happened. When nobody was watching, when they could fail without judgment, when they could try things that seemed crazy. Let me give you an example. Traditional pickleball paddles are light, designed for control and touch. Most players use paddles around 7 to 8 ounces. But Anna Leigh wanted power. She wanted to hit harder than anyone else. So they tried something different. They added lead tape to her paddle, made it heavier, 9 ounces, 10 ounces, experimented until they found the perfect weight. And people in the pickleball community said, that's not how you play pickleball. That's too aggressive. That won't work. But Anna Leigh didn't care what people said. She cared what worked. And it worked. That heavier paddle became her signature. That aggressive style, banging they call it, changed the sport. But you don't develop that kind of power overnight. You develop it at 5 a.m., day after day, drill after drill. Let me walk you through a typical morning session. They start with warm-up, not just stretching, actual movement, footwork drills, ladder work, getting the body ready, 10 minutes. Then they move to the court, and this is where the real work begins. Forehand drives, 50 reps, focus on form, focus on power, focus on consistency, not just hitting the ball, hitting it with purpose. Then backhand drives, 50 reps, same focus, same intensity. Then dinking. This is the soft game, the touch, the control, 100 reps, back and forth, working on placement, working on spin, working on patience. And here's what separates Anna Leigh from everyone else. She doesn't just go through the motions. Every single representative has intention. If she mishits a ball, she resets, does it again, until it's perfect. Her mom doesn't let her get away with sloppy work. If you're going to wake up at 5 a.m., Leigh tells her, make it count. Every representative matters. So they do. 2 hours of drilling, no breaks, no distractions, no phones, just work. By 7 a.m., most people are just waking up. Anna Leigh has already hit over 500 balls, 500 before breakfast. But the training doesn't stop there. After court work, they head to the gym, strength training, because pickleball isn't just about the paddle, it's about the body. Core strength, leg strength, shoulder stability. Anna Leigh works with a strength coach 3 times a week, squats, deadlifts, rotational exercises, building the foundation that allows her to play at the highest level without getting injured. And this is important. At 18, she's competing against players in their 30s and 40s, players with more experience, more physical maturity, so she has to be stronger, faster, more explosive, and that comes from the gym, from the work nobody sees. By 9 a.m., most of her friends are just getting to school. Anna Leigh has already completed 4 hours of training. 4 hours! And she's not done. She goes home, eats breakfast, studies video. This is the mental part of training. Watching her own matches, looking for mistakes, looking for patterns. What did she do well? What needs improvement? How did her opponent expose her weaknesses? She takes notes. She doesn't just watch, she analyzes. And then she watches opponents, upcoming matches, who's she playing next, what's their style, what are their tendencies, where are their weaknesses. She creates a game plan, not her coach, her, because at the end of the day, she's the one on the court. Afternoon training starts at 1 p.m., back to the courts, but this time it's not drills, it's match play, live competition. Leigh has organized practice matches with local players. Some are pros, some are high-level amateurs, but all of them are good, and all of them want to beat Anna Leigh Waters. They want to be the one who takes down the champion. So every practice match is intense. Every point matters. And this is where Anna Leigh develops her mental toughness. Because when you're playing 3, 4, 5 matches in an afternoon, and you're tired, and your legs are heavy, and you're making mistakes, that's when you learn who you really are. Do you quit? Do you make excuses? Or do you find a way to win? Anna Leigh always finds a way. By 4 p.m., she's been training for almost 11 hours. Most athletes would be done. Anna Leigh has one more session, recovery. Ice baths, stretching, massage, taking care of her body. Because if you train that hard and don't recover, you break down. She learned that the hard way. Early in her career, she pushed too hard, got injured, had to take time off. Now, recovery is non-negotiable. 30 minutes in the ice bath, even when it's painful, even when she doesn't want to.
Because she knows tomorrow, she has to do it all over again. 5 a.m., the alarm will go off. And she has to be ready. Now here's the question everyone asks. Why? Why wake up at 5 a.m.? Why train 11 hours a day? Why sacrifice your teenage years? Why miss parties and hangouts and normal life? And Anna Leigh's answer is simple. Because she wants to be the greatest. Not just good, not just successful, the greatest. And you don't become the greatest by doing what everyone else does. You become the greatest by doing what everyone else won't do. By waking up when they're sleeping, by training when they're relaxing, by sacrificing when they're indulging. But there's something deeper here, something that most people miss. Anna Leigh doesn't train this hard because she has to. She trains this hard because she loves it. The 5 a.m. wake-ups aren't a burden, they're a privilege. The hours of drilling aren't punishment, they're purpose. When you find something you love, really love, the sacrifice doesn't feel like sacrifice. It feels like investment. It feels like progress. It feels like becoming who you're meant to be. And that's what Anna Leigh has found in pickleball. A way to express herself, a way to challenge herself, a way to prove to herself what she's capable of. And the results speak for themselves. 165 gold medals, 38 triple crowns, youngest pro at 12, number 1 at 14, still number 1 at 18, a 96.5% win rate in 2025. These aren't lucky numbers, these are earned numbers. Every single gold medal represents hundreds of 5 a.m. sessions. Every Triple Crown represents thousands of drills. Every record represents years of sacrifice. And when Anna Leigh steps on the court at a tournament, her opponents can feel it. They can feel the work, they can feel the hours. They can feel the gap between someone who trains hard and someone who trains like their life depends on it. But here's what I want you to understand. This isn't a story about being superhuman. Anna Leigh isn't superhuman. She gets tired, she gets frustrated, she has days where she doesn't want to train, days where 5 a.m. feels impossible, days where she questions if it's worth it. But she trains anyway. Because discipline isn't about always feeling motivated. Discipline is doing what needs to be done whether you feel like it or not. And that's the lesson here. That's what we can all learn from Anna Leigh Waters and her 5 a.m. routine. You don't need to be a professional athlete to apply this. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. But you do need to ask yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice for the life I want? What am I willing to do when nobody's watching? What am I willing to commit to day after day, whether I feel like it or not? Because success in anything, sports, business, art, relationships, comes down to the same principle: consistency over time. Small actions repeated. The work nobody sees. The hours nobody applauds. That's where greatness is built. So the next time you hit snooze, remember this. Somewhere, Anna Leigh Waters is already on the court, already drilling, already getting better. Not because she's more talented than you, not because she's luckier than you, but because she decided that 5 a.m. wasn't too early, that 11 hours wasn't too much, that the sacrifice was worth the dream. And if you want something badly enough, really truly want it, you'll make the same decision. You'll set the alarm, you'll show up, you'll do the work. One 5 a.m. session at a time. That's how champions are built. That's how you become unbeatable. Not by wishing, not by hoping, but by doing. Every single day. Starting tomorrow. Starting at 5 a.m.